I went to New York. It was the moment that Fendi was going out of Italy, and it was unbelievable because not only Fendi, but the Italian fashion was approaching the States and Japan, Asia. So it was really, really an unbelievable moment because Italian fashion at that time was everywhere.
Benvenuti a Ciao Bella. I'm your host, Erica Firpo. For the past 20 years, I've made my home in Rome, where I've worked as a journalist contributing to publications including Afar, Washington Post, Lonely Planet, and Travel and Leisure. I love sharing the stories of Italy's pioneering creators, and I'm bringing these stories directly to you on Ciao Bella. Every week, I'm joined by contemporary artists, heritage artisans, designers, culinary experts, innovative aesthetes, and more. At the crossroads of evolution and tradition, the past and the future, they are working and creating to define and redefine 21st century Italy. Join me as we see Italy through their eyes. Rome is a city of homegrown surprises, and lately my favorite is a tiny place in Trastevere, a neighborhood with a famous holding prison, artist studios, and great eateries. Today, in one of those artist studios is Casa Triple F, a home, so to speak, of amazing vintage design pieces, collected and showcased by Federica Fendi. Yes, of that Fendi family. Join me and Federica to talk about design and Triple F. What is Casa Triple F?
Well, Casa Triple F is my house. Is the way that I want to show people how to mix different style, different period of furniture, lighting, objects, collection, lighting together. And I changed the furniture. After maybe 2 months, I change everything. Mostly because I sell them, of course, which okay, I'm very happy for that. But also because I like to show all the things that I have, and I have many things to show. So every 2 months, everything change here.
So before we had this little technical difficulty, I was asking you, I said, Casa Triple F is this incredible place of beautiful, beautiful vintage furniture from around the world. And I was asking you if this is, how did this happen? Because I know that as Casa F, it's been around since 2022, I guess?
Yes, 2 years.
So for the past 2 years. But collecting vintage furniture, passion for vintage furniture, how long has that been with you?
All of my life, because this comes really from my passion for vintage pieces. So even when I was very young, and I was working in Fendi, of course, and I used to travel a lot. So I always kept maybe half a day to go to a flea market, or in the street where all the antiques places were, to find out special pieces. And I think I have a good train for that, so it's easy for me, and it's a caccia al tesoro that I like to experiment all the time.
And as we were saying earlier, this is, there are people that can walk into a flea market and simply see a flea market, and then there are people like you who can see a world.
Yeah, I'm one of that.
You have this natural ability to find...
Yeah, it's what I love to do. I mean, it gives me such a, happiness in doing fine pieces, and then to mix them together, because when I find some pieces, I know exactly where it will go. I imagine immediately the place where to put it. It comes like that.
Tell us a little bit about this house. Let's talk a little about the house history and then what it is today.
Okay, so the house history is this was the house and the studio of Mario Schifano in the 70s, and he used to live and work here. But not only him. After him, there was Cy Twombly.
Yes. I didn't know that makes this place. I love it even more.
Cy Twombly used to have this place as a studio, not for living, but just for studio. Then Gino De Dominicis. And Maurizio Mochetti. So really 4 great artists. Wow. Because this is a perfect place for an artist, because it's big and it's tall, and it has a natural light, which is perfect.
I mean, it's also very unique. It's in Trastevere. We're on a beautiful street. We're on a really historic street. We're at the base of the Janiculum Hill. We're next to Regina Coeli.
Yes.
But this space is also super modern. Like, the building is a lot different from the tiny little...
Yeah, exactly. No, but here in this part of Trastevere is full of places like this, especially with this kind of...
High ceilings?
High ceilings, because they used to be the factories. So this was a factories in the...
Really?
Sì, nel 1800, sì.
Do you know what kind of factory it would have
Ceramic, something like that.
Really?
Yes, they told me that.
You know what, I did not know that about this part of Trastevere.
And it's very special, this part of Trastevere, because a lot of artists live here because of this, and also it's very quiet, you know, very...
In fact, it's almost like a little hidden street.
Yes, very, very special, and I love hidden places.
Well, you found a beautiful space. So just to describe to everyone, this is, it's as she was saying, as Federica was saying, this is an old factory, but it's got huge ceilings, a lot of sunlight, and then you're inside a home. But it's not just any home, it's a collection.
Well, yeah, it's a place where I like to show my work, what I like and the way I like to mix together. And now also people comes to sell their things, and I choose very carefully what I like, and I put them together, and it works in a way so people likes it. And there is also a beautiful chiostrina with an avocado tree.
Oh, I love the avocado.
Which is fantastic. This avocado tree has 40 years. And what is unbelievable, it was planted by Mario Schifano, you know, just by joke. And what is unbelievable to me is that now we are a tropical climate, no? But 40 years ago, it was not like that. So it's really unbelievable that an avocado tree became as it is now, which is really huge and full of leaves and the fruits. We eat avocado every day because they comes out all the time.
I mean, it is a massive tree.
Yes.
And it is, you're right, it is really surprising to see in here. Also because it's so beautiful and so green, and then the architecture in the space is really modern.
Yes.
You know.
Well, it was restyled by Stefania Miscetti, which is a fantastic architect and gallerist. She has a gallery next to us. Yes, she has an art gallery next to us since many, many years. So when we came here, she was already here since a long time. And we became friends, but she did the restyling about 12 or 15 years ago. So we found it as it is.
It's
and
beautiful.
It's fantastic. She did a great job.
Let's talk a little bit about this space, because it's, you know, you come, I love walking down that beautiful blue hallway. You come down this beautiful canal. I love
blue Klein is our color.
I love Klein blue. I do too.
Yeah.
I love it, and I love that hallway. And then you enter into this really beautiful open living room space. How many different areas would you say there are?
Well, I would say two big areas, and then you go up, and there are a lot of different little space, different sizes and different heights, which is very special. But they're all connected because you can see through, and you see the other side. As we're here, you can see the other side, and from the other side you see here. So it's all the oblong. This was there. This was.
That big round window. It's beautiful.
Yeah. It was here. So the ceiling is the original one. So she was very good, the architect Stefania, because she did a great job. She left the industrial character of the space. Also the ceiling, the flooring. Yeah, she used this cemento, and when you go up, there is iron. So it's
I love seeing that T-bar across.
Yeah, it's very special.
Tell me a little bit about the pieces one might find here, because I view this, when I came here the first time, I was immediately struck by how it does feel like a home. There's this beautiful living room area that has changed a bit since the last time I was here, with armoires and couches and styled as if I'm walking into your house. And then I know upstairs that the last time I was here, I saw there were two different bedroom kind of situations.
Yes,
so
absolutely. Because I like to show this place as if it is a real house. So there is a kitchen, there is a studio, there are 2 bedrooms, sofas, and bar. I love bar because to me, after COVID, people loves to have bar in their house. We sell a lot of them because it's a kind of convivial. How do you say?
Yeah.
Convivial way of of live together, to receive people in the house, which is a very Italian way. Mm-hmm. So we sell a lot of them.
What can you tell me about that bar over there?
Well, that bar is a very special one because it's from the 70s, and you can tell from the material. It has brass and steel, and the curve are very special.
Gorgeous.
Yes, the curve are very special, and you have a lot of spaces with the mirror underneath that reflect, which create a very nice atmosphere. And I think it's one of the most beautiful one we ever had. It's not signed by anyone, but it's a very quality piece.
It's very styled. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Now, I would love to talk about some of the pieces that are signed, that people, or that are like firmati, that people. In fact, when I came in, you were talking about these
Gabriella
pieces.
Crespi. Gabriella Crespi is one of my favorite artists. She was a fantastic woman with an incredible life, and in the 60s. It was not easy for a woman, to start doing things like that, but she has this kind of passion for objects, especially. And she did a collection that we have some pieces here, which are very hard to find. And these, for example, are made of brass and Murano glass, and they are very, very nice to me. Or the how do you call it, corna?
Like the horns?
Horns.
So there were, when I walked in, I immediately, my eyes were drawn to these 2 sculptures that are on, just so everybody can understand what we're looking at there, on glass, are they metal cubes? Yeah, they're metal cubes, and then these kind of really twisty horns coming out, and I was like, this is incredible. And you were saying that she loves to combine natural material
with the brass, especially with brass. And she became very famous. So in that age, she started to show these pieces in her house in Milano. And she has an incredible success. And she was selling to friends, and then she became very famous. And so she used to have, shows, but usually in their house. But all the jet set people love their things, so you can find them in New York, in Geneva, in Paris, but very, very difficult to find. So I'm very glad that I have the opportunity to find them and to get them for Casa Triple F.
I think there are so many amazing pieces. I think you also can come and you see things that you never would have expected. There are pieces like this lamp is, I know there are pieces that are super firmati, super well known. There are also, it's not, there are objects, there are tables, there are armoires, you have beautiful sets of dishes.
Yes, absolutely.
What are some of your favorite things that have lived in Casa Triple F for a while?
Well, for example, I had, but we just sold them, dishes service from Casa Ciano. She was Edda Ciano was the daughter of Benito Mussolini. You know? Yes.
Interesting.
Very interesting. And it comes to me, and it was so nice because it was all hand painted with little flowers. And maybe I have a picture to show you later. And it was sold like this, We didn't have time to make a shoot, to put it in the shooting for the website. And it was so special. That was one of my favorite pieces. But Gabriella Crespi is still my best, is in my heart because it's very nice.
Would you mind sharing a little bit about your family history and what you did with Fendi?
Yeah, of course. Well, my mother was Franca. She was sister number 3, right in the middle of the 5. And I started to work in a family company when I was 18.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I went to New York. It was, the moment that Fendi was going out of Italy, and it was unbelievable because not only Fendi, but the Italian fashion was approaching the States and Japan, Asia, especially Japan. So it was really, really an unbelievable moment because Italian fashion at that time was, I mean, everywhere we went, we did unbelievable shows, fashion shows everywhere. Fantastic. It was really fantastic.
Whenever I'm in Naples, I'm hungry and I can't help it. The city is meant to be devoured by mouth. In fact, the last time I visited, I decided to indulge in every sense and booked a food tour with Devour. For a few hours, we explored the Quartieri Spagnoli, talking tomatoes with the fruttivendolo, tasting delicious mozzarella, and of course, eating the city's iconic pizza. Led by passionate local guides, Devour takes you off the beaten path and into the side streets to discover hidden gems and culinary history. Savor the flavors, tradition, and hospitality that makes Naples a food lover's paradise. Book a food tour with Devour, where every bite tells a story. For Naples tours and more, visit devourtours.com. Can I ask what was your role in Fendi?
Yes, I always been in the creative part.
Okay.
I'm not good in the commercial side or numbers or no. And my big passion at that time was fur.
Oh.
Yes, I was in the fur team with Karl Lagerfeld.
Wow.
Yeah. So.
I had, I did a visit at the Palazzo Fendi on the mezzanina and
Did you see the
lab.
The lab?
It is incredible to see. That must have been. I mean, it's so creative, and but it's also so hands-on and beautiful.
Yeah, it was like that. It was fantastic, and Karl Lagerfeld was completely, he adored that part, because every time he was coming, we were showing him a different tavole of workmanship. And then from there, he was, getting inspiration. And the next time, he was drawing all the night. And the next day, he was coming with something like this.
Wow.
Yeah, fantastic. Fantastic. It was really a collaboration between a fantastic mix between the designer and the creative part, the lab, which were, proposing things that were never made on fur, which was really a revolution. Mm-hmm. The real revolution Fendi did was about fur, I think.
I would say. I mean, just when you go to just that, even that small glimpse that I've had in the lab has been in the atelier has been, it's mind blowing. So you were super creative. You were super involved in the creative part. And I guess I can see also because that area is so tactile. I mean, it really makes sense with your love for vintage design, because it's not just, I think from what the conversations I've had with you, it's not just the aesthetic, it's really the craftsmanship that you love, the quality. You were saying that earlier.
Yeah, the real looks is quality to me. And the quality you can tell by the workmanship, because things that are made in an artisan way, I mean, they have something special, because they're not made in serie. How do you say?
They're not made on the assembly line.
Yeah, exactly. They are unique pieces. That's why I love vintage, because every piece is unique, and this makes it special.
You were saying that because initially Casa Triple F started with your personal collection.
Yeah.
And now it is people bringing stuff to you.
Yes.
Are they coming from all over the world? Or is it primarily Italian?
But primarily Italian. From all over the world, they come. When they come to Italy, they come to visit us because we are on the social, and the people who love the kind of thing, they come to discover us. But no, mostly Italian. I would say.
So these are primarily Italian collections, but international pieces, which is so fascinating. Though I have to say, I do love it when you have a lot of Italian design, because I am a big fan of Italian design and Italian craftsmanship. Yeah. So you have some pieces that it's it's really amazing to see, because they're pieces that are not in a showroom, they're pieces that were in a home, that are going back to a home.
Exactly, exactly. We have pieces from Gioponti, we have pieces from Romeo Rega, we have pieces from many artists that were Vittorio Dassi, mostly Italian, because the Italian have always been very creative, very.
Well, you know, I was thinking the last time I was here, I walked home and I was saying to myself, this is, you know, when, you know, in the Triennale in Milan,
Yeah.
and they have that section of the best design, and you see individual pieces, and you're like, oh, that's iconic, that's this, and I thought, wow, this is like that, except that it's living, you know,
Yeah.
it's not a museum, it's this
Exactly.
home, and so you can see how these pieces interacted and how
Exactly, this is the difference. How they can, they live.
Yes.
They live because this is a real house. That's why people, when comes here, they say, "Oh, wow!" They can imagine the same way in their house.
That's exactly.
Because they feel that it's similar, you know. So it's an example which is very useful for people to imagine that this thing can work for them too. So I think it's very, very useful, really.
I think it is too. I love it, and I want to thank you for your time, and now I want to walk around with you.
Yeah,
so.
absolutely, because I want to show you also the boutique. We have also pieces
Oh,
of,
that's right, the beautiful
the bags.
Can I leave this here?
Yeah, sure. For example, this is a beautiful piece of ceramic.
Oh, I was wondering if this was ceramic.
This is, you know, a bassorilievo of ceramic, which is very great quality, but we don't know from who. And these are nice pieces also of bigiotteria. This is from Ferragamo from the 80s. Look at this.
Yeah,
This is so beautiful. Huh?
these are all beautiful.
They're very nice, yeah.
I think that's what I love is that you walk in here and you feel like you literally like I'm in your house and
Yeah.
these are your pieces that
Exactly,
I'm not, you know.
that you are, you know, putting on.
So you're absolutely right. Like you can get a real feel of how these can be with you in your house.
Absolutely. And here, for example, we have all the Capodimonte.
Oh,
Look how beautiful.
wow. Is there a schedule of change or like how many?
Well,
like,
we change the setup every 2 months, let's say.
Every 2 months?
Every 2 months.
Okay.
Yeah. Mostly because we sell a lot of pieces, so luckily, but also because we have many things to show and many things arrives every day. So I want to show them all, and I love to redo the setup because it's my favorite part. The selection.
It makes you really
and the way
happy.
to-
I can
yeah, I love it.
I can
really,
see.
It's really amusing to me. These are, for example, a collection.
Are these gemelli?
See, these are gemelli of ceramic,
Oh my goodness.
unpainted. So nice, from the 60s, 50s, 60s, and they're all different one from the other, and they are so nice.
They're crazy.
Unisex, of
Ah.
course, because can be woman or
Man,
man.
yeah.
And they're really nice, huh?
They're crazy. I love them.
Yeah.
They're so much
Very
fun.
special, huh?
I've never seen.
No, me too.
But-
They come a collection all together. I love this. This is my favorite with this green, celadon green, beautiful. And this is Roberta di Camerino as well. Look how beautiful. It's fantastic.
Yeah, that is great. I was just in I was visiting Bevilacqua in Venice.
Yeah,
and we
I
were
love-
talking a little bit
yeah,
about this too.
Yeah. She used to use all the Bevilacqua
Yeah.
velvet. Yeah, I have these
Oh yeah,
from her.
this
That
is
one.
beautiful. That little tiny one.
Yeah, that's very nice. That one, these are all Roberta.
Wow.
That one.
You have a huge collection.
Yes, and I sold many of them. It was bigger, but they arrived. This is Gucci. This is Gucci from the 60s. Look,
Oh my goodness.
Beautiful.
Is this crocodile?
this is crocodile.
That's fabulous.
Fantastic quality, and it's nice. You just
Yeah.
look like this.
That's very cool.
So
So-
chic, the color, huh?
That's very chic.
Amaranto.
That's very cool too.
Beautiful.
And it's very modern looking.
Yes, it is, absolutely.
I was just actually, I visited the Archivio of Gucci yesterday morning.
Really?
Yes.
How is it?
It is, they did an excellent job. You would love it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's very much, it's not like this.
Yeah.
Because everything is in a cabinet and it's.
Where is it?
It's in Santo Spirito.
In Santo Spirito, yeah, they're still there.
Yeah, so it's where the old
Because
Fabbrica.
they moved to Milano, no?
Yeah, so they moved to Milano, but not Santo Spirito here, but Santo Spirito in Firenze.
Ah, in Firenze.
So in Firenze, where the old Fabbrica was,
Yeah.
they've made it into an archivio, and it's a really nice visit. It's actually a great. It'd be kind of interesting for you just how they contextualize everything. It's very different. It's the opposite of what you're doing because that's an archive, and you're creating like a home space.
Of course.
But they have what they're trying to do is like document the history of Gucci, and it was fun because I was like you said, this one's Gucci, and I saw some of the older bags.
Yeah, because the archive is the treasure of a company, of a firm, no?
Yeah.
I mean, the most. This one also is Gucci from the.
Do you still go to the markets, the flea markets, or?
Yes, of course. I love it. I still do that, but I have less time to do it.
Well,
but when I have time, I go. All the matte.
Yeah, I've never seen matte sequins like that. That is super cool.
This is fantastic. Yeah.
So you were saying about the pop-up. Are you going to be also at Salone, or
No.
you're coming? You're going to do it after?
Yeah.
Okay,
Maybe one day. I don't know about that.
I mean, there's such a love for. I think it's even more popular vintage furniture. There's such more of a request because I think also people are starting to realize that, like what you were saying, the real luxury is quality.
Yeah.
And it's not, and these pieces they're timepieces.
Unique. And you know what? It's impossible today to find the artisan that can do certain kind of, for example, this one. This is Vittorio Dassi. Look at the way it is done. No? I mean, it's something really, really special, no?
Yeah.
The way it is curved.
The carving, exactly. Yeah. Like these are things
today, if you want to do something like this, it will cost a fortune. Mm-hmm. So it's better to buy the original, no?
Thank you, Federica and Casa Triple F. For more information about Triple F, take a peek at their website, triplef.it. Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Ciao Bella. The editor of Ciao Bella is Mastro. Production manager is Jenna Spray. If you're new to Ciao Bella, take a peek at ciaobella.co, our all-encompassing Italy-focused website, where you'll find insider insight on contemporary Italy, and sign up for our newsletter for new episodes and articles. Follow me on Instagram at Erica Firpo, and follow Ciao Bella on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you like to listen. Leave us a rating or comment. Ciao, ciao!